everybody, and welcome back to Yoga with Cameron. Today we have a backbending themed flow, and so this is fantastic if you are looking for a flow to start your day off on the right track, or even if you're looking for a little pick-me-up throughout your day. So when you're ready, go ahead and start at the top of your mat, and we're going to come into mountain pose to start here. So mountain pose is basically standing pose, kind of like anatomical neutral, but you should be so activated here. And so we're going to go ahead and automatically start waking up our body today. So feet hip width apart here, or even touching, whatever feels best in your body. So immediately start to ground through all four corners of your feet, kind of feeling your feet connect to the ground beneath you. From there, go ahead and pull your kneecaps up, really activating those legs, almost pulling your buttocks in to feel kind of activated there too. Knitting your front ribs together and bringing your hands and arms to an activated position here, really feeling the energy totally through there. And then finally from here, to work on really lifting the crown of your head to the sky. So you should now feel activated throughout your whole body here. So while this looks like an easy posture, this is something that should be able to wake you up really quickly and wake up every area of your body. So stay here, let's start to connect with our breath today. Inhale for the count of 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. If you want to keep those legs activated, but go ahead and bring your right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart, and let's start connecting with our belly breath here. So inhale, feel that right hand begin to spread out, feeling that air filling up your belly here. So you'll feel it rise and fall, or you should on your inhale and exhale. So inhale, fill up the belly here. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, let it all go. Fantastic. All right, and when you're ready, go ahead and inhale. Bring your arms down, around, and up. And bring your hands down through prayer. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms down, around, and up. Exhale, bring them through prayer. On your next inhale, bring your arms down, around, and up, and then visualize swan diving all the way forward into our first forward fold of the day. So you can bend your knees here if that feels good, and then work to start to straighten them, or if you're a little bit more warm today, maybe you're ready to come directly into it. From here, go ahead and grab opposite elbows and just hang like a rag doll here for a minute. Feel your upper body just really let go here today. On your inhale, find a half lift here. So this is where you're finding a flat back. You can bring your hands to your shins here and just really finding length in your spine. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms down, around, and up, lifting all the way up. From here, you can bring your arms to a goal post position here, and we're going to start bringing in those back bends already. So bringing our bodies back for a little bitty back bend here. Inhale, arms high to the sky. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Go ahead and step back and bring your knees to the ground here. For our first chaturanga today, we will take it easy. So from here, with our knees on the ground, you want to fold forward, kind of like we're in a plank position, but with your knees on the ground. Kind of like doing a woman's push-up here. And start really knitting those abs in, ribs in, and really you should start feeling that activating here already, almost like an easier plank pose. From here, we're going to lower halfway down, hugging our elbows into our body. Halfway down, hold, 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 and then lower all the way to the ground when you're ready. So now we're going to find another little back bend here in our baby cobra. So planting our hands directly under our shoulders here, activating through the legs like that you were in that mountain pose position, feeling the energy pressing all the way through, almost to the point that your kneecaps lift off of the ground. From here, tuck your chin into your chest a little bit to find a flat back here, and we're going to be pressing up using our low back muscles here. So pressing up, 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 bringing our kind of chest off of the ground. Good way to check the integrity of your pose here is by lifting your hands off. And you should already feel that low back starting to fire up. On your exhale, bring it down, step it back, or bring it back to child's pose. Reconnect with your breath here. Notice if you lost it. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back to a tabletop position and press it back to our first down dog of the day. You can keep your knees bent here, really prioritizing, almost finding that feeling of a handstand here. So we want our upper body, if you're looking at it, to almost be exactly like it was in that mountain pose where it's perfectly straight. So then if you're feeling comfortable here and you're feeling like you're getting that with your knees bent, you can start straightening them here. And when you are ready, you can start even walking out your legs and toes here, finding more of a stretch in the back of the legs. Inhale here, exhale, and when you're ready, step, hop, or float forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, finding that half lift again. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms go down, around, and up, coming to that standing position. Goalpost arms again, you know where we're going, back to our back bend here. Inhale, arms lift, exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift, exhale, plant your hands, bringing those knees back to the ground here, doing our chaturanga again. So, spreading those hands wide, coming into that flat back position here, really knitting even our hamstrings and thighs together, pressing in between our legs here to find even a really activated pose here. Activating our core, this should be hard in itself for you. When you're ready, you can start lowering halfway down into that chaturanga position and then finding the floor. And we'll find cobra once again here on your inhale. So hands directly under the shoulders here, using that low back to lift the chest off of the floor. Tucking our chin to our chest, checking the integrity of the pose by lifting our hands off of the mat. On your next exhale, press it back, child's pose. Take a deep inhale here for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, let it all go. 1, 2, 3. One more here. Inhale and exhale. All right, when you're ready, press up back to that tabletop position, and then pull your sitting bones high to the sky, pressing back up for down dog. From here, left leg lifts high to the sky and steps forward in between your hands. Right knee comes to the mat. Untuck those back toes, and we were pressing up into our low lunge. If you would like to bring blocks here to hold them here on your sides, that's absolutely okay. Looking at prioritizing, finding kind of having our knee directly over our ankle, but also having our hips squared here. So we all sometimes might have a tendency to kind of like bring that right hip really far back and sink into it, but you really want to try to activate pulling your thighs in together to kind of prevent that from happening. From here, we'll continue with our back bend theme. So bring your hands, interlace them behind your back here, and kind of even pressing your knuckles down to the floor here, if that feels good for a deeper back bend. Inhale here, and exhale, release it. Plant your hands, you can step that left knee back to meet the right, and we will come back here, having an easier transition just by stepping now our right leg through to do it on the other side. Once again, if you feel more comfortable just having those blocks here, stick with that. Looking here, once again, making sure knee is directly over the ankle here, and from here, go ahead and interlace those hands again back behind your back, really knitting up through our thighs here, pulling them together. From here, you can start pulling those knuckles down, back to the ground. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, plant your hands, step back into the tabletop position. From tabletop position here, you know where we're going. We're pressing back up, so tuck your toes under, pull those sits bones up to the sky, back to down dog. From here, bend your knees deep, step, hop, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms down, around, and up finding goalpost arms here for that little back bend. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time stepping back into a full plank position. From here, you can lower all the way down to the floor, or you can lower halfway down to a chaturanga and press back up to our up dog position here for a more intense back bend. Keeping you're should be pressing so hard into your hands and through your legs that the only thing touching are your hands and the tops of your feet. From here, bring those sits bones back to the sky, curl over your toes, and come back to down dog. Inhale here, deep exhale. When you're ready, we'll do that one more time. Bend your knees, stepping up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up. Exhale, goalpost arms. Find that small back bend here. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to the plank position and chaturanga, either lowering all the way down to the ground and then coming up to up dog or doing a half chaturanga. Stepping all the way back to down dog whenever you are ready. Amazing, y'all. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and drop your knees to the ground, and we're gonna come into another variation of a back bend here. That is the theme of the day, y'all. Okay, so when you're ready, you can bring your hands either to your low back here and just start to feel this out. First, try to start finding length in your spine, and then you can start bending a little bit back here. Grab those blocks if you have them. Maybe put a blanket under your knees if that feels more comfortable. But what we're looking for here is to come into camel pose. And so you can even place your blocks back behind you if that feels more comfortable to have a little bit more of a raised position here. Or if you feel like you can come into the full extent of the pose, bringing your hands back to touch your heels here to find that full back bend. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale and press back forward and coming into child's pose here. Incredible, y'all. Good job. Okay, inhale here and exhale, and we will come slide back down onto our backs. One vertebrae at a time, finding the mat here. You can bring the soles of your feet to the mat and bring your hands straight down by your hips. From here, we're gonna find bridge pose. So from here, kind of think about pulling. You can even put a block here to kind of find what this should feel like, holding a block in between your knees or your thighs here and pressing it together. So think back to that mountain pose where this looks easy, but it should be so difficult. Everything should be activated. So really pressing like that somebody's trying to take that block out from under you. If I came by and hit it, it shouldn't be able to go anywhere. From here, with your legs activated like that, you'll start lifting your hips up to the sky for that back bend here. From here, we're gonna think back to when we had our hands interlaced behind our back, and we're gonna shimmy our shoulders under, interlace our hands behind our back here to find a little bit more of that stretch here. And this should feel so good, you guys. Ugh, it's such a good release, but it's also so flipping difficult. So take a couple breaths here, keep playing with it, see what feels comfortable for you. And even think back, coming full circle, so when we had our hand on our belly earlier, and really breathing into our belly here. See if you can lift it and see the difference in your breath. Watching it rise and fall. Whoo, are y'all firing up? Yes, okay, see if you can get a little bit higher here. Press, 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 press. Let's get in the most muscular, active activated form of this pose for the next 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Release your arms and lower 1 vertebrae at a time down to the ground. Whew, you guys, this should have been, hopefully it was for you how it was for me, where it's like yoga looks easy, but oh my god, if you're doing it right, your whole body will be exhausted by the end. So you will have earned some time on your back to stretch here today. So starting here, think about doing that Tadasana, which are mountain pose, like even on the ground. So bring your hands up over your head and just find a good morning stretch here. It's like that someone's pulling you either way. Oh, it feels so good. Such a juicy stretch. Okay, and when you're ready, go ahead and bring bottoms of your feet to the mat. Bring those goalpost arms back here and start lowering. Actually, okay, step that I almost forgot. Pick your hips up and move them over to the right 2 inches. And now fold your knees over to the left. And wherever your head feels good to say or look here, either looking over your right shoulder, looking over your left, or looking straight up, just find what feels juicy for you here. And stay here for a couple of breaths. If you want to find some variation in this pose, you can even take your right leg long, see how that feels, or even take that right leg and tuck it under the left to kind of feel a juicier stretch here in that right hip. Staying here for a couple more breaths. When you're ready, bring it back up. And now, bringing kind of our hips back to neutral, we'll then pick them up again, move them 2 inches to the left this time before letting our legs fall to the right here. Once again, finding where our neck feels good here, looking either to the left, the right, or keeping our gaze straight up to the sky here. If you did it on the other side and you want to try it here, kind of tucking that right foot and right leg over the top of the left to find a juicier stretch in that left hip. Amazing, you guys. Okay, when you're ready, bringing the soles of your feet back to the mat, finding that neutral spine again. Come into a figure 4 position here. So lift that left leg to the sky and cross your left ankle over your right knee. Flex your foot here, so basically like pointing your toes back towards your knee is what should be going on here. And you want to make sure that your ankle is completely on top of your knee. So not that your foot is stacked on the knee, but that it's completely over here. From here, you can start grabbing the back of your shin here and really just feeling that juicy stretch in the outer left hip. Stay here for a couple of breaths. You can even straighten your right leg here if you want to get a stretch on the back of that leg and kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. When you're ready, switch it out. So this time you can bring that left foot to the mat, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Once again, making sure that it's not just sitting on it, but is completely over here. Flexing the foot here and reaching back through to grab behind your thigh here to pull it in. Flexing the foot here, and if you did it on the other side, maybe straightening that left leg this time to get a double stretch here. Incredible. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your knees to your chest and kind of just curl up into a ball here, bringing your forehead to your knees and just kind of counteracting all those back bends that we did today. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your head down to the mat and kicking your legs out long for Shavasana here. So find whatever position is comfortable for you here. And just start to relax your entire body. Separate the biting edges of your teeth. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Soften the skin of the face. Take notice of your shoulders and your neck. And on your next exhale, just really release the tension that you feel here, allowing them to sink into the mat. Take notice of how your arms feel. On your next exhale, really just let them fall heavy into the earth. Feel the full weight of your arms here, pressing into the floor. Take notice of your back and your chest area. We did a lot of work here today. How's it feeling? On your exhale, release it. Now take notice of your hips, another place that we carry a lot of tension. On your exhale, release any tension you feel there. On your next exhale, do the same that you did with your arms, where you're really feeling in your legs the full weight of them really just falling into the floor. On your exhale, let them become a little bit heavier. And on your next exhale, a little bit heavier. Lastly, take notice of your feet. On your next exhale, release any tension that you have there and find full relaxation. Stay here as long as you would like. When you're ready, start to find a little bit of movement in your fingers and toes. Feeling your breath again and reconnecting to the world around you. Start kind of making some circles with your wrists and ankles. Keeping your eyes closed. Roll over to one side here. Bring your hand in front of your face. And when you're ready, use that to press up to a seated position. Reconnecting with the room around you. Taking one more inhale here today. And exhale, letting it all go. Thank you all for working so hard today. I know we did some intense back bends, some intense work here today, but we also got some intense relaxation going, or I hope that you did. So thank you all for practicing with me. Go ahead and bring your hands to prayer here. And together we will say Namaste. See you next time.